What you do? Okay. This is Prehistoric Gardens near Gold Beach, Oregon. The dinosaurs here are life-size. Start here. Brachiosaurus, literally armed lizard. Brachiosaurus is one of the largest dinosaurs of all time. 86 feet long, 46 feet from the ground, 85 tons. Harmless plant eater, he lived during the lower Cretaceous period, 125 million years ago. Okay, so here's the geological. I'm not going to read all this out loud. Interesting. Everybody pronounces it wrong. They pronounce it Brachiosaurus, even though it says Brachiosaurus on the sign. Let's see if I can get in front of that.
I know where we are.
Everything you ever want to know about dinosaurs. So this is one of the largest dinosaurs of all time. He was 86 kills.
Mama, I know where we are.
Okay. Triceratops, literally three-horned face, lived during the Upper Cretaceous period, more than 60 million years ago. He weighed from 6 to 8 tons, was 28 feet long. His head was 1/3 of his entire length. Interesting. Wonder if he had teeth. I think those are supposed to be teeth. Doesn't say what he ate. With a beak like that, you'd think he would either eat really, really big nuts or really, really big people. Yeah. Okay, so let's try Dimetrodon. Double measure teeth. Dimetrodon was one of the Plesiosaur reptiles that lived during the Upper Permian period, some 250 million years ago. Although only 11 feet long, he was the largest landing meat eater of his time.
Yeah.
Wyatt, look at this one. Wyatt.
Oh, Triceratops.
Look, and look over here.
Look at the size of those teeth. He definitely needs to be petted.
Mommy, look at that one.
Yeah.
Mommy, look at that one.
Wyatt, look.
Wow. Let's take that color. Thing about a place like this, people want to go different speeds. Some want to read everything, some people just want to see everything, some people just want to relax. Honestly, this is a place better to do by yourself than with other people. No need to compromise or anything. Just do what you want. Oh, that's funny. I want to try to read the sign, but it's covered by this tree. Let's see. Out of the sea, cradle-like, and the first plants that appeared on land. These were the algae, which began to move from the ancient seas onto the sand and mud flats of the shore. These algae had no true roots, stems, or leaves, and were similar to algae that are still growing in the seas, which are often seen at low tide on the wave-washed rocks, floating surface of the water. Some 600 million years ago, when the plant life first appeared on dry land, many forms of annelites flourished in the depths of the sea. But until the plants had established themselves on land, animals could not survive out of water. The continents were then barren and lifeless, alternately scorched by the sun and drenched by torrential rains. As the plants advanced and multiplied, their decaying forms added humus to the barren soil. They converted carbon dioxide to oxygen, and they now exist. Okay. Okay. Well, there's people behind me. I don't want to go too slow. I want to get ahead of them. 375 million years ago, huh? See, I have all these signs here. The purpose is, I think, is to slow you down. So it costs $12 to get in here, so probably makes sense to take your time and enjoy it. Oops. What is this thing? Ginkgo trees. Maidenhair trees. Diatrima, literally through a hole in the foot bones. During the Eocene period, 50 million years ago, the giant reptiles were then extinct and the mammals were still comparatively small. For a few million years, Diatrima and other huge predaceous birds became the dominant form of animal life on Earth. Yeah. Well, does that mean it's really a predator? So with a beak like that, I could imagine it eating meat or nuts. Probably swallow a coconut whole. Wonder if they had coconuts back then. Interesting. Miocene. Huh. The thing about this place, obviously the dinosaurs are fake, but all the plants are real. This is a rainforest, so those plants down there with the humongous leaves, that's called skunk cabbage. It doesn't smell. There's a long story about why skunk cabbage smells, but I don't smell it right now. Fromm Creek, named after Johannes Fromm, one of the early pioneer homesteaders. He arrived in 1870 carrying all his earthly possessions in a wheelbarrow and built his dirt-floored cabin about a quarter of a mile south in the valley on the east side of Highway 101. Of course, I'm assuming that means Highway 101 didn't exist yet, but anyway. Okay, there's a hill up there. It said Old Stage Road. I mean, the red and white sign up there said Old Stage Road, and beyond that is obviously an old road. So here's what explains the hill, or the sign on the hill. Sign on the hill. Alright. Like I said, I'm going just a little bit fast to keep ahead of the people behind me. Don't want to listen to them going blah blah blah. Lystrosaurus, literally swamp lizard. A mammal-like therapsid reptile, Lystrosaurus lived during the Triassic period, 200 million years ago. The nostrils located high on the skull indicate that, like the modern hippopotamus, the plant-eating Lystrosaurus spent much of his time in the water. But that implies breathing air. There aren't any mammals that breathe water, do they? Because that would make them amphibians, right? Huh. What if there was a gray area between the mammals and the amphibians? Archelon, literally ruler turtle. Archelon, the largest turtle of all time. Lived during the Cretaceous period, 70 million years ago. Instead of the hard shell of the modern turtles, his back was covered with a tough leathery hide. Interesting. Okay, good to know. Look at the skunk cabbage. It's like 4 feet tall, right next to the trail. They ask us not to touch it, but yeah.